Hello world, I'm Don West Jr. and I'm the Legacy Specialist, and I'm also the Director of Education for the Legacy Institute. And today, in our Legacy lesson, we're going to talk about your brand and LinkedIn. So first, let's just talk about your brand. You have to understand that you are your brand. You are a brand. You have a name. Your name has a value. Your name has meaning in the marketplace. When people talk about you in a business context, they think of something. And whatever that is that they think of, that is your brand. And the extent and reach of your brand is your goodwill in the marketplace for that brand. So you are a brand and you have a value. So now, what are you doing with your professional brand? Have you heard of LinkedIn? So some people have heard of LinkedIn. I was having a conversation with my good friend Dr. Amy today, and she said she wasn't on LinkedIn, and I realized some of my really close contacts might not be on LinkedIn. So what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a business and employment social network service that operates via website and mobile devices. So there's apps for all the different platforms, although there's not an app for Amazon, so note that. But most recently, in the most recent reporting, they had 467 million users. 467 million users are on LinkedIn, and it's all focused on business and employment. And that's up from 450 million users the quarter before. So they're up 17 million users in one quarter. So hopefully you'll see this and you'll be the next user to get on to LinkedIn. So for my LinkedIn profile and my personal guru that I've gone to and sought out is Neil Schaefer, and I use his book, Maximize Your Social, a one-step guide to building a social media strategy for marketing and business success. And Neil Schaefer gives a wonderful set of insights and guidelines for building a whole social media strategy. But specifically to LinkedIn, there's seven tips I want to share with you just to make sure that you're ready to go when you jump on there now that you know what it is. Because I highly recommend you get your brand on the LinkedIn. So one, you have to use a professional photo. That's number one. So you're representing yourself, you're representing your brand, you want to use professional photo. That's number one. Number two, you want to be intentional with your headline. So you want to make sure that your headline sells and says who you are. So the first thing on my headline is that I'm an all-star speaker. So I want people to know that I'm available to speak, that I enjoy delivering motivational and inspirational lessons from my life. So that's the first thing that's on my headline. And then your name, your photo, and your headline, those things combined on LinkedIn, that's your brand. So you have to understand what you're presenting and how you're presenting. So you want to present professionally. So you want to have a great photo, an intentional headline so that they know who you are and what you're trying to present. And that all becomes your brand. And then number four is you want to present a summary. You have a section there where you can create a summary, and you have to differentiate yourself from the other 467 million people on there. And how are you different? What makes you special? And that's how you showcase your uniqueness to the marketplace. So you want to make sure you have a unique summary. And then number five, you want to make sure that you monitor how you present yourself. So you're your own quality control for your brand. And it's just like Facebook. How you present yourself matters. So there's people that are always putting forth either their best effort or their fake effort, but either way, you want to try to monitor and curate your brand and the images and the information that flows from your brand. And so what are people saying about you and your brand and how you're posting? And if you use Neil's book and you read Maximize Your Social, he'll give you a whole integrated strategy of how you want to take your brand and your message and craft that message and develop that message and create a schedule for dispatching that message. So I encourage you to get Maximize Your Social. But let's keep moving. So number six, you want to keep in mind that LinkedIn is different than Facebook. It's different than Twitter, but it's not. We don't want pictures of your dogs. We don't want pictures of your kids. This is a place for business. This is where people are looking to do business. So you want to be creating content and sharing content that relates to your business, relates to your brand, relates to making the cash register ring at your business. And then the last thing, number 7, is that there's a search function within LinkedIn. So if you create content and you add content to LinkedIn, that increases the ability for you to be found in searches. But people use that search function in LinkedIn just like they use a search function in Google. So they use that search function for vendors. They use that search function to find speakers, to find suppliers, to find new partners, to find industry leaders. So they use that search function just like a Google search function. So you want to create unique content so that you show up in searches, and you want to make sure that your summary and your profile creates a findable brand for you and your profession. So that's your legacy lesson for today. Remember, you are the brand. Try to have an amazing thought today, because amazing thoughts lead to an amazing path. I am Don West Jr. That's your legacy lesson for today.
Music, I got diamonds and pearls for my music.